This video is going to be 4 different food groups that you can try removing from your diet if your goal is to lose weight. First off, let me start by saying that you can lose weight eating anything as long as you stay in a calorie deficit. There's been plenty of people that have done experiments eating just Twinkies or cookies, but staying under their allotted calories, and they were able to lose weight. The problem for me and for other people, I think, is that certain foods can be triggering and cause you to want to overeat them. And a lot of these studies are done in metabolic wards where once the people reach their allotted calories, they're not allowed more food. And in the real world, where you deal with ups and downs and stresses, and you can use food for coping for a lot of things. So having some more hardened rules in your diet, if your goal is to lose weight, can be helpful. So getting into the first one is going to be alcohol. Alcohol can cause you to gain weight for 2 reasons. One, in that it's calorically rich. 1 shot of alcohol can contain roughly 100 calories, and it has 7 calories per gram. So even just drinking straight alcohol, which is going to be the lowest calorie way of consuming it, you're still going to be getting a fair amount of extra calories. And generally people are consuming these in the form of mixed drinks or heavy beers, which have extra calories in them. So if you have a night of moderate drinking, 3 to 4 to 5 drinks, you can easily be consuming over 500 extra calories, and sometimes a lot more. But the other reason that alcohol can cause you to gain weight is the after effect. So speaking for myself, there's been many times where after a night of heavy drinking, I would end up at Jack in the Box, ordering the worst stuff off the menu. And also the following day, if you have any sort of hangover, generally you're going to be craving some sort of greasy, carby food to try to help you feel better. So one night of drinking can have a whole cascade of effect that can cause you to overeat and go off your calories quite a bit. The next is sweetened starches. This is going to be any kind of baked good, any kind of dessert, bready, sweetened thing, cookies, donuts, banana bread, anything like that. There's something about, if you were to give me a bowl of rice, most likely I'm just going to eat until I'm full. There's a chance you can eat a little bit, you can overeat on not sweetened starches, but it's a lot less likely. And when you put something like cereal or cookies, anything like that, it triggers something in some people's brains to just eat them until you're almost sick. So removing these or severely limiting these foods can be helpful if your goal is to lose weight. Next is foods that are high in fat and carbohydrates together. So there will be some overlap with the last one, but things like ice cream, any kind of baked good, again, is going to usually be higher in fat and higher in carbohydrates. Any kind of fried carbohydrates are going to be high in fat and carbs. So looking for foods, if you're going to, say, have a meal of breakfast, rather than having bacon, eggs, and hash browns and toast, try to just have bacon and eggs, or just have a bowl of oatmeal with a lower fat topping, so you avoid mixing these two. And then lastly is going to be dairy. Now, I'm not saying that dairy is not a healthy food or that it doesn't have a place in a diet, but if you look at the purpose of dairy in nature, it's to cause mammals to grow rapidly. And if you're not still developing, generally having dairy in your diet, if you're trying to lose weight, is going to be counterproductive. So it could be that it's just high amounts of fat and carbohydrates if you're having something like milk or even worse, like ice cream. But I think that there is something else in dairy that can cause you to overeat it. There's something called the casomorphin, which acts on the opioid receptors, and its purpose is for babies to make them to want to drink the milk to help them survive. But when you're a grown-up, it can have an effect of making you want to overeat foods. And another point on dairy is it does contain all the nutrition to help a mammal grow up into a full-grown being. But generally, when babies are consuming this is the only food they're consuming. They're not consuming milk and then other foods. And if you look at the diet of people nowadays, people are consuming milk with everything else under the sun. So if you're fit and active, a little bit of dairy in your diet is probably not going to be harmful. It could even be healthy. But if your goal is to lose weight, try eliminating dairy and you should see some results. Again, these are not things that are required to do for weight loss, but these are things that you can try. You can try 1, 2, or all of them and see if you see results. Generally, doing a test of 2 to 4 weeks to see the results is a good amount of time to see if this is something that's helpful to you. So if you found this content helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or experiences with these things, leave a comment down below.